Hello students. Today also we will continue with the lesson acids, bases and salts. This is our second chapter and this video is also second. Today we will study about indicators and chemical properties of the acids and bases. So indicators are those chemicals or substances which can be used to identify acidic, basic and neutral substances. Whether the given sample is acidic in nature or basic or neutral, we can identify with the help of different indicators. For example, litmus solutions, phenolphthalein, methyl orange, etc. There are some kind of olfactory indicators also which can change the smell to identify the given sample of acids or bases, like onion, garlic, clove. You all may know they have peculiar smell and their smell get changed with the samples. Here in the picture you can observe litmus solution. In the middle litmus solution is there. It is blue litmus solution. When we will add blue litmus solution to acid, color change will take place, red color. And if we will add blue litmus to base or alkali, no color will change. This is the picture of phenolphthalein. In the beaker of left hand side, phenolphthalein solution is there. It is colorless solution. And if we will add colorless solution in acid, no change will take place. And if we will add phenolphthalein solution in base, this type of pink color will be produced. This is a kind of indication that this solution is basic in nature. This is the picture of methyl orange. When we will add methyl orange powder, or firstly we will make methyl orange solution, then we will add that solution in acid. When we will add the solution in acid, it turns to red color, and in base it turns to yellow color. Identification of acids. Acids are sour in taste, they produce H ion, blue litmus to red, they can change. There is no change when we will add red litmus solution to acids. And as I told you right now, in the phenolphthalein, no change take place in case of acids, and acids change orange color of methyl orange to red color. And identification of bases, bitter in taste, OHN they will produce. They will change red litmus to blue, no color change with blue litmus solution. They gives pink color with phenolphthalein and yellow color with methyl orange solution. Now, chemical properties of acids and bases. The very first property is how acid and bases react with metals. They react with metals to produce salt and hydrogen gas. Salt completely based on the acid and metal taken initially. Like in the example, if we will take HCl and zinc metal, zinc chloride will be produced. Okay. In the base also, sodium zincate is formed. Salt plus hydrogen gas will be produced. Second is reaction of acids with carbonates and bicarbonates. Same product will be there with both the type of reactants, whether it is carbonate or bicarbonate. Salt plus water plus carbon dioxide gas will be produced. Dear students, carbon dioxide is also colorless odorless gas, and here hydrogen gas we were talking about, it is also colorless odorless gas. So how can we identify this is the carbon dioxide gas and this is hydrogen gas? So we have some kind of test for them. For hydrogen gas, it will burn with pop sound. If we will bring a matchstick and lighted matchstick near to the mouth of the test tube, it will start burn with pop sound. And in case of carbon dioxide, if we will pass carbon dioxide through lime water, which is calcium hydroxide, calcium carbonate will be produced. Actually, calcium carbonate is insoluble in nature, so milkiness appears due to formation of calcium carbonate. And on passing excess of CO2 through the same lime water, milkiness disappears because of formation of calcium bicarbonate. Actually, calcium bicarbonate is soluble in nature. It will dissolve in water, so color will disappear. So in this picture you can observe, if we will pass in the first left hand side, first figure test tube, lime water is taken and we are passing carbon dioxide gas through this. After some seconds, some kind of milkiness you may observe. After 10 to 15 seconds you may observe the complete milkiness in lime water. So you may observe the formation of milkiness or turning of color in the test tube. Third property is reaction between acid and bases. This is also called neutralization reaction. Whenever acid-base reaction takes place, always salt plus water will be produced. Fourth is reaction between acid and metal oxide. Whenever acid react with metallic oxide, again salt plus water will be produced. And every time the formula of salt depends on the reactant taken. Which type of acid is this and which type of base or metallic oxide is this. Here magnesium oxide is there, HCl is acid, so magnesium chloride will be produced as a salt. Fifth is reaction between an acid and it is little bit wrong. Reaction between a base and a non-metal oxide, grammatical error is there. Base plus non-metallic oxide always form salt plus water. Base is your calcium hydroxide. When you will pass carbon dioxide, which is non-metallic oxide, again calcium carbonate and water will be produced. This is the same reaction which we have studied under the topic of that formation of milkiness or appearance of milkiness in lime water. This reaction we use to check carbon dioxide, to test carbon dioxide. Some kind of common behavior are also there shown by acids and bases. That is, they both can produce ions and water. Water is necessary. Without water they cannot produce ions. Okay. And the second property which is same in both, that is they both can conduct electricity in solution. Here in the picture you may observe, in the beaker 2 iron nails are fixed on a cork and acid is taken, dilute HCl solution is taken in the beaker, and these iron nails are connected with a bulb and bulb is further connected with a battery. When we will switch on, then current start passing through the solution and bulb will start glowing. And if we will do this same experiment with base, then also bulb will glow. It shows that, it proves that both acids and bases can conduct electricity. Okay, this is the common behavior between acid and bases. And dilution of acids and bases is the next topic. How we can make them dilute. In both the cases, processes are exothermic in nature. Whenever we will mix acid or base with water, heat will be produced. So this is the exothermic process. And acid base should be added in water with constant stirring. We should take a measured water first in a trough, and then we should add a small amount of acid and bases in that water continuously with constant stirring, because the process, the mixing, the dilution is exothermic process. So we have to do, or we have to perform like this. Next is, it results in decreasing of H ion and OH ion concentration per unit volume. On dilution, when we will add water in the solution, no doubt concentration of H ions, if we add water in acidic solution, and then H ion concentration will be decreased per unit volume, and if we will add water in basic solution, then OH ion concentration will be decreased. Per unit volume the concentration will be decreased. Only for this we call them diluted one, and dilute acids are less harmful than the concentrated one. There are two types of acids, dilute and concentrated. In concentrated, more amount of solute is dissolved, and in dilute one, lesser amount of solute is dissolved. Okay, so that's all about today's topic. Thank you.